Ben Heather here from Kings MMA, and I'm now joined on the phone with Jack Mason, who will be having his first fight in about 9 months on Saturday at BCMMA 10. First of all, it's going to be good to see you back in the cage, and how did the rehab go after the injury?
Yeah, thanks, mate. The rehab's gone pretty well. You know, to be honest, it took me quite a while to recover from the injuries. It's pretty severe. Took about 3 months really until I was back to full capacity, and I'm just, ever since then I've been itching to get back, and this is the first opportunity I've been able to find a fight that's suitable, and I'm really looking forward to it.
You mentioned there this was the first opportunity. If Cage Warriors had been able to put a fence on at the start of this year, when would you have liked to have returned?
As soon as possible, really. And from the start of the year, I was ready to go, and I was just waiting for a fight, basically.
And have you heard anything from Cage Warriors since the announcement was made that all the fighters could take one fight outside of Cage Warriors? As far as the media and all the fans are concerned, we've not really heard anything.
I'm not actually signed to Cage Warriors.
Okay.
I used to be, but I'm not under contract with them, so I could fight elsewhere. But they were the best show to fight for. I really like the way they did things. You always got a credible match, and you would get regular matchups as well. They were a fantastic show to fight for, but yeah, I'm not signed to them, so I can kind of do what I want. But I am managed by Intensity Fight Management, so it's kind of Graham and Ian Dean, help to run that, and so I kind of know what's sort of going on. Well, I know the state of play, and there's not a Cage Warriors show at the moment, which is planned. So that's why I took it upon myself to get myself a match with Simeon. That just fell into my lap, kind of thing. I helped to run the BCMMA show, and Simeon's manager tweeted about looking for a fight for Simeon around the same time. Obviously I was getting ready for Cage Warriors in March, and and that fell through. And Simeon's looking for a fight. I was looking for a fight, both the same weight, both top guys in Europe. So I approached him about the fight, and that's how it came about.
Brilliant. I was going to ask you actually how it came about, because like you say, you're two of the top guys at welterweight in Europe, and to be fighting on BCMMA is a great coup for BCMMA and for the fans.
It's a good thing. It's probably one of my first proper local fights. I was looking forward to the cock box, because that's probably a little bit closer to me.
Yeah.
But Colchester's not far away either, and it's fantastic. It's a fantastic fight card anyway. But I'm just looking to get out there and fight in front of local fans and stuff, and fighting Simeon, it's nothing personal at all. I like the guy. I've trained with a lot of his teammates before as well, and it's just a great fight really, and it's one I'm really looking forward to.
And would you say that the break has been a blessing for you, and you've been able to focus on improving your game instead of going from one camp to the next? You're obviously known as being one of the more regular guys fighting on the UK scene. In fact, probably the most regular that I know. And then, like I say, it's been a long break.
I think I've always been, improving, but even when I am going from camp to camp, and I'm kind of I'm the type of guy that takes a little while, just with everything I do, but like I'm always persistent and I always take a little while to like improve and get to where I want to be. I'm kind of a slow and steady learner kind of thing, and that's just the way my MMA game's evolved as well. You know, I am ever improving. I might be, you know, getting on a bit now, but you know, I'm still improving from fight to fight, and I'm looking forward to going and showing those improvements that I've made.
In this fight, like I say, you're fighting Simeon, who's a former UFC veteran. Talk us through what you feel he does well, and if there's any areas that you're hoping to exploit out of his game.
Yeah, so Simeon's, you know, I think he's probably known for his exceptional ground game. He is really good. He's fought two of my teammates, my shooters teammates. Fought John Maguire and he's fought Bassam Youssef. They're both really top guys as well, and Simeon managed to get the win there. So I know I've got my work cut out. His ground game, I think, is his strongest point. But he can strike, and when he does land in a striking, he's got pretty heavy hands. So got to be aware of that as well. But I've got a game plan, and you know, I'm planning to come out with a win.
And how's it been preparing for this fight while you've also had to be the promoter as well? Has this taken time away from your preparations, or have you been able to take a step back from the promotion side of things towards the end of it and just focus on the camp?
Yeah, so to be honest, like every Cage Warriors fight I've had, a BCMMA show has been either the week before or the week after for a little while now. So it's just, you know, I'm used to being busy, and I'm used to like having to do the matchmaking and all that sort of stuff at the same time. Anyway, we'll see how it goes on the night. It's lucky I've got a good team of people around me anyway that have stepped up and are going to do the things that I would normally do on the night. And hopefully it'll run smooth, and I'll go out and get a victory and not have to worry about anything else.
That's it. I was going to say to you, how's it going to work on the night? Because normally you're in the corner for a lot of your guys, and there's fights with your teammates and people that you coach before and after your fight on Saturday. Are you still hoping to corner most of the guys, or are you going to be?
No, I won't be cornering them. We've got a great team at BKK, and great team. You know, we've got loads of exceptional corner staff, and I think it's going to be Sean Carter and Arnold Allen that take up most of the cornering on the night. You know, so yeah, should be great.
How has it been preparing for this fight? Well, you've got a lot of the guys from BKK fighting, and like you say, it's kind of a local show for you. Would you say it's good having you around them and helping them out for this last week, getting ready for the fight?
Well, it's definitely it's definitely a local show for BKK. You know, it's just around the corner, and yeah, it's. I think, you know, at BKK we've always got guys fighting every other week. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's good for the team. You know, we've got a number of guys on the card. We're all training together. For this one night, so we're all peaking at the same time and stuff. So yeah, I think it's been good for everyone.
And one of the guys that you've got on the team, Tom, he's going to be having making his amateur debut this weekend. Can you remember how you felt in the build-up to your first fight, and how the scene has changed from that day through to now?
Yeah, I mean, like my debut was ridiculous. And this isn't something that anyone should follow, but like I think I've been training probably for about 6 weeks, and ended up agreeing to take a fight, and I went all the way down to Western Supermare to fight on a show called Anger Management, and I've never seen an MMA fight, you know, live. I've never like been in the cage before either, and I think the first fight I walked into the venue, and some of the fights were going on, and I think Shane Mills was fighting a Brazilian guy, and that was the first time I ever saw Che Mills fight, and it's the first MMA fight I ever saw. And I went backstage, got warmed up, and come out, and I fought. And yeah, things are obviously a lot different now. Nowadays, you know, you don't get those. You know, all the guys that are fighting their amateur fights, you know, they've all been training for, you know, a long time, and they're all really well prepared. You know, some of the amateur guys nowadays would absolutely murder most of the pro guys back when I started. Just from how the game's evolved, and you know, the training facilities in the UK have just it was fantastic, and yeah, it's just the sport's evolved so much, and you know, all these guys going into amateur fights, even making a debut, they're so much more well prepared than any of the guys back in the day.
And now it's time for you to put on your promoter's cap again. Can you sell BCMMA 10 to anyone listening and tell them all what they can expect to see Saturday night and why they should come down and watch the show?
So I think the difference between BCMMA and a lot of other local shows is that, you know, number one, our local guys, they're always fighting, you know, always fighting tough fights. So there's not just some can turning up and they're going to crush because they sold a few tickets. Every guy gets tested, so that makes for some fantastic fights. We got we try and put all of the best guys in the area, you know, around East Anglia, on the card, and so that the guys coming to watch are going to get fantastic fights. And we've also got lots of international fighters coming over. I think we've got eight guys from Norway, some from Sweden, and you know, a few from Ireland coming over as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this fight card, and as a fan, I'm excited, and as a fighter as well, you know, I'm excited to fight Simeon Thoresen on this card.
Brilliant. Well, we look forward to seeing you back in action on Saturday night, and thank you very much for your time, Jack.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
We really appreciate it, and like I said, we'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, cheers, mate.